She became a career prosecutor while he became a career criminal. With 34 felonies, 2 impeachments, and 1 porn star to prove it.
The courtroom was silent. Only the hum of cameras and the faint rustle of papers filled the air. Jasmine Crockett stood slowly, a folder in her hand marked "Confidential." Her eyes locked on Donald Trump, who leaned back in his chair, smirking as if the whole proceeding were a waste of his time. Then she spoke, calm, deliberate, surgical. "These are not rumors. These are your words, your orders, your signatures." Trump shifted. The smirk faltered. The room leaned in.
A new person named Crockett. I watched her speak the other day. She's definitely a low IQ person.
A faint laugh slipped from his lips, but no one else joined him. Even his lawyers stared ahead. Jasmine didn't blink. Low IQ? Then I suppose it takes a genius to hide this poorly. She opened the folder. The first page hit like a hammer. An internal memo dated months before the hearing, signed DJ Trump, authorizing the very payments his team had sworn never existed. The courtroom gasped. Phones lit up. Reporters began typing furiously. Trump slammed his palm on the table. "That's fake! It's another witch hunt!"
Because he said, "You don't want to do it. It'll never work. It'll never, ever work. You don't want to do it." I said, "Listen." But I really fired him after it became the #1 show. It became so successful.
"Except," Jasmine cut in, "you did do it, and it worked until today." She moved closer, her voice gaining weight with every word. "These hidden documents were buried inside a private server connected to your campaign's legal team. You thought they'd never see the light of day. But they did." Trump's attorney whispered something, but the former president waved him off, red-faced and trembling.
Listen, Donald Trump is a piece of shit. Okay, we know that. Yes. He is.
The quote came from an old interview, Jasmine's own words now echoing across the courtroom screens as the evidence slideshow rolled on. The reaction was electric. Supporters shouted, opponents applauded, the judge banged the gavel, demanding silence. Jasmine didn't stop. These pages reveal coordinated attempts to suppress evidence, to mislead investigators, and to pressure witnesses. Every line carries your initials, Mr. Trump. Trump's jaw clenched.
I took my test. I took a real test at Walter Reed Medical Center, and I aced it. I got every one of all those questions right. Now it's time for them to take a test.
He barked, "I aced every test, every accusation. They've got nothing on me." But his voice cracked halfway through, exposing the tremor behind the bravado. Jasmine stepped closer to the bench. "Then prove it. Explain why your own aide signed a sworn affidavit confirming these documents came from your desk." The silence that followed was heavier than any verdict. Trump rose halfway, pointing at her. "This is treason." She didn't flinch. "No, Mr. Trump, this is accountability," the audience murmured, the energy turning from disbelief to awe.
There was an article that just came out that said that actually the most educated demographic in this country right now is Black women.
Her words now struck deeper than any legal argument, a reminder of who she represented and why this moment mattered. Trump's supporters yelled from the back, "The fake! Lies!" Cameras zoomed in as Jasmine laid the final page on the table, a direct order authorizing hush payments through an intermediary firm. Each signature matched. Each stamp was authentic.
Stops right here and stops right now.
She raised her voice. "And that's where it ends. Right here, right now." The judge's gavel echoed like thunder. Reporters rushed outside to broadcast the verdict of public opinion before the real one even came. Trump stood motionless, face flushed, jaw tight. He turned toward Jasmine and muttered something under his breath that microphones couldn't catch. But the cameras did, the look of a man cornered, stripped of control. Jasmine simply gathered her papers and whispered, "Truth doesn't fear exposure." Then she walked out, leaving the entire courtroom buzzing. Outside, protesters cheered. Inside, Trump's team scrambled to contain the fallout. Every network in the country ran the same headline: Crockett unveils hidden documents. Trump's fury erupts. For a nation long numb to chaos, this felt different. The scene captured something raw, the collapse of arrogance before undeniable evidence.
Other was born with a silver spoon in his mouth and helped his daddy in the family business. How's housing discrimination, that is.
And as the clip replayed on screens across America, one truth became clear. The empire that mocked accountability was now trembling in its own echo.